Good evening, honeybees. It is Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, and that would usually mean that it's Whip Wednesday, but I don't have any new whip to show you. So instead, we are going to do 23 more random non-Yarnie facts about me. Before we jump in, I just want to say thank you to my sweet auntie who sent me a Valentine full of little cute felt hearts. And a Starbucks gift card. That's for the year of the tiger, which I was born the year of the tiger with the element fire. So I was very excited to see that my auntie sent me a card with my Chinese Zodiac sign. I don't drink a whole lot of Starbucks, but when I do, I get a huge custom Frappuccino with cold brew in it, and it's amazing, and it's very pricey, so gift cards come in handy. I am an Aries. I was born April 16. My moon sign is in Cancer. My rising sign is Virgo. That means that I am a sensitive and loyal friend. I'm highly emotional and analytical, and I tend to tune in to people's feelings very easily. I like everyone to feel included, and I'd rather be on the outskirts of the action, watching everyone have fun, than be the center of attention. But I'm still an Aries, so being the center of attention is fine too. As a child, my favorite Disney princess was Belle because she loved books and she could walk and read at the same time with perfect awareness, and I thought that was incredible. That was just #goals. As an adult, my favorite Disney princess is Moana because she is emotionally and physically strong. She understands the importance of both community and self-reliance. And have you heard How Far I'll Go? Most, if not all, Disney princesses have a want song. The song that expresses the desire that drives the rest of the plot of the movie. Ariel had Part of Your World, Belle had Belle Reprise, and so on. How Far I'll Go is the best Disney want song ever produced. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments, though. I have an open mind. What's your favorite want song from Disney? While we're on fairy tales, my very first ever anime was Toei Animation's 1970s version of The Little Mermaid, and it follows the original story much more closely and definitely does not have a happy Disney ending. I have had an obsession with the duality of fairy tales in their original form and how Disney retells them ever since. I like K-pop. I am a big fan of girl groups. I like a lot of them. A handful that I can name off the top of my head as my favorites are Blackpink, EXID, ITZY, Girls' Generation, Red Velvet, and Twice. My favorite solo artist is Taeyeon from Girls' Generation, and I don't pay as much attention to the boy groups, But I do like Big Bang. BTS has some songs I like, as do 17 and Super M. I am lactose and gluten intolerant. Before I cut gluten out of my diet, I really struggled with terrible symptoms. I would stumble around the bathroom with a migraine, feeling drunk for hours, praying for relief and solution. And then one day I just felt that it was gluten. So I got tested, and the results came back that I don't have celiac disease, but I still had this very strong feeling. So I started cutting gluten out of my diet entirely, and I have not had a single migraine or extreme symptom caused by gluten ever since. My chronic pain has been reduced significantly. That knowledge was a legitimate miracle to me. There's something out there causing people to be sensitive to gluten other than celiac disease, and we don't know enough about it and who it is affecting. I have always wanted a pet snake. I really loved them, and discovering channels like Clint's Reptiles has really affirmed that they can be gentle, calm animals that can benefit from human care and interaction. And that's what's important to me when I'm considering a pet. There are certain animals that I believe people shouldn't keep as pets, particularly extremely long-lived animals that might outlive you, potentially. I think a snake is probably the most exotic of a pet as I would ever consider, but it's just a dream because there are people in my life who, for some reason, do not want dead mice in the freezer. Isn't that weird? When I was in high school, I had a black Tinkerbell hoodie with an outline of her wings on the back. And it had all sorts of fairy buttons and pins on it from Jessica Galbraith and Amy Brown. And if I can find some, I will put some example art here or both. So yes, I would cover myself in pins with fairies and wear all black. And I never found any patches I liked for it, but I definitely wanted my clothes to have a fairy punk, fairy goth vibe, and I loved wearing black paired with extremely bright colors or pastels and costume fairy wings. I had a whole collection of costume fairy wings in several different colors. And this was long before pastel goth became a thing. I kind of consider the pastel goths who have cropped up since then my own personal baby bats. I love orange candy. I have since childhood. When I was in the hospital, my family brought me a gigantic bag of just orange Starburst, and I was extremely happy. My mother and I have sounded exactly alike on the phone since I was 12 or 13, and it's caused a lot of confusion over the years. So if I give you my phone number and you call me, always make sure that you're actually talking to me, because we sound dead ass exactly the same. Even Google thinks so. Sometimes I will try to activate Google Assistant on my phone and it doesn't listen to me, but it will listen to my mother. And sometimes I will try to activate Google Assistant on my phone and my mother's will activate too. That's how close our voices are to each other. I proposed to Super Fiancé. I have always been a girl who knows what she wants. I don't believe in gender roles at all. I didn't see a reason to wait any longer. And so I asked him, and he makes me forever happy. Men deserve to feel romanced and swept off their feet too. And it was absolutely just time for us to take that step and say that we were going to get married. So I am very, very happily engaged, and he is wonderful. I don't support J.K. Rowling financially anymore, but I am a huge Potterhead. I am a Gryffindor when I take most sorting quizzes, including the one that was official on Pottermore. And if I don't get Gryffindor, I'm usually a Gryffindor Ravenclaw hat stall. And for the uninitiated, a hat stall is when the parts of the Hogwarts founders that are in the sorting hat think that you would be best for their house. And they kind of battle it out to see which one is a better fit. Hermione Granger was a Gryffindor Ravenclaw hat stall. And obviously she ultimately chose to be in Gryffindor, and the hat reflected that. I thought it was interesting that the author went into the detail of what happens when more than one house fits you, and how much the hat takes into consideration your personality and your choices. I am an INFP, which is also known as the idealist or the mediator. INFP stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving. And INFP personalities are quite literally known for being highly sensitive and sometimes building their own little worlds and staying in them. Famous people who are considered or tested as INFP are Audrey Hepburn, David Attenborough, Princess Diana, Heath Ledger, Johnny Depp, Kurt Cobain, Keanu Reeves, David Bowie, Tim Burton, David Lynch, and Isabel Briggs-Myers herself, the developer of the Briggs-Myers test. This one's for you, Dana. I enjoyed the square dancing unit in PE when I was in grade school, and I could probably remember how to dance Red River Gal from memory if I still had both legs, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought it was fun. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy. Lots of things are kind of cheesy that are also very enjoyable. So, don't hate on people who enjoyed the square dancing, guys. We're out here. I am a true 90s kid. I had a Tamagotchi. I remember both Skip It and Bop It. My first major crush was on Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I listened to the Spice Girls and Hanson. I watched Toonami for Pokemon and Sailor Moon, and I remember paying $30 or more for imported VHS tapes of Sailor Moon. I love anything and everything about witches. Stuff that is cheesy and cute, and stuff that treats witchcraft seriously and with respect. I love witchy aesthetics. People have been asking me, "Are you a witch?" since I was in about 7th grade. I just smile now. I have an older brother and a niece whom I adore. My brother is a wonderful person who expects people to strive to give nothing less than their best, and I love watching him build his little girl up into the strong, capable woman she's going to become. I am pansexual, which to me means that I am attracted to people, full stop. And I will respect your gender and what it is and means to you, full stop. Right now, my forever partner is a man, but that doesn't make me straight. That makes me a pansexual person who is choosing to be with just one person who happens to be male. The colors of the pan pride flag are blue, pink, and yellow. I used to identify as bi as a convenient shorthand, and I have a lot of bi pride gear that I still rock, but as more and more pansexuals come out and make themselves known, I feel like awareness of our existence is growing, and I feel more comfortable saying, yes, I am pansexual, and I don't mind defining what that means to me, to people, the way I just did, as long as they are respectful and asking from a place of good faith. I strongly believe I have angels that protect, warn, and guide me. They give me strength and help me when I am afraid. I used to watch a lot of ASMR videos of rivers flowing when I was in the hospital, and when I decided to have my leg amputated and I woke up from the surgery when they took my leg, my tablet was already playing for me, and I swear I saw my grandmother's name in the reflection of the water. So I knew I was going to be okay. Ever since that day, it has become clear to me that I know what I believe, and I know to be grateful when I am being lifted up, and that I was put here for a purpose. And I think part of that purpose is to bring other people closer to God as they perceive and understand that concept. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I just want to hold your hand on that path to a better you. Speaking of, I used to be a mean girl. Capital M, capital G, the you think you know because you've seen the movie, but you have no idea kind of mean girl. I was constantly acting out in extremely toxic and insecure ways. I especially never had anything nice to say about other women. And then one day, a person close to me laid it out on the line and told me that I was being a crappy person, not worth being around most of the time. And I realized I had to stop and examine my life choices. I made the conscious decision to stop being a mean girl. And I'm so glad I did, because other women are life. They are strength. They are my source of wisdom and knowledge. Other women have been so supportive and kind. It costs me nothing to stop one of my sisters in the store or on the street and say, "Girl, you look fabulous in purple," or "Your whole outfit is killing it today." And it is so wonderful to watch other women react to being appreciated by women. It is a very special thing. And I truly enjoy that crochet. Not that there aren't men who crochet, because there are, and we love them. But crochet is a community full of women who absolutely are ride or die for each other. And I love that. I love coffee, especially iced coffee or a cold brew with a little Italian sweet cream. I have loved coffee since I was about 8 years old. I used to really like those little, I think they were called Rio, the little hard candies that tasted like different types of coffee. And those really fueled a lifelong addiction. I'm not strictly supposed to have coffee anymore, but I really love it, so I sneak it in every once in a while. The occasional trip to Starbucks for my extra special cold brew frappuccino. I have mentioned that I like progressive rock and metal. Some bands that I like are Tool, Porcupine Tree, Nightwish, Opeth, Dream Theater, and Red Sparrows. I do not eat most types of fish. I'm not a fan of the bones and that fishy ocean taste that they have from their natural habitat. I do, however, eat shellfish and seafood. I'm just not a huge fan of actual fish. And the last one. I call my best friend my Cheshire Cat. He is a good listener, and he is the type that will absolutely put up a guidepost for you and hang a light from it, pointing you in the right direction. He will give you sage advice without trying to fix your problem, fight your battle, or walk your path for you. He's an amazing person, and I'm fortunate to have him in my life. He and his whole family have been in my life for 15 plus years, and I love them like my own. Okay, that was 23 random things about me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe. Maybe stick around, watch another video so that your subscription sticks. Share me around so that I can get in front of other people who like crochet and music, fairies, and magic. That would be wonderful. And please remember to follow me on Twitter at Fiber Faerie YT and Instagram at Sunflower _Fiber _Faerie. And thank you for stopping by my yarn hollow. I've been Sunflower the Fiber Faerie, also known as Ashley, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.